A very good evening to you and welcome to the Uganda Catholic Television. This is Uctv News with me, Sunday Gloria Aboch, on the second day of November 2023. And to begin with, there is a need to recognize the essential roles youth play in the shaping of the future, not only in Uganda, but in the entire African continent. This was said by the Ambassador John Sadek, the head of the EU delegation to Uganda during the Africa Youth celebrations held at Kampala Sheraton.
To Uganda, especially those that have not been in Uganda, to the most beautiful part of the world, you're welcome, and I would request those ones from Uganda to welcome all those who are coming from outside Uganda. Today, as we come here to celebrate the African Youth Day, we stand acknowledging that we are looking at a brighter future, and of course, a future where we are going to realize the dreams and aspirations of the youth. We come here together as a continent, united by the boundless energy, the determination, creativity, resilience among the young people. For taking, I would like to, before I continue, I want to take this opportunity to officially thank African Union for having considered Uganda to host and celebrate the African Youth Day. I thought the Ugandans were supposed to clap. We want to thank you, and I believe by the time we took that decision, because Uganda has the youngest population, having 78% below the age of 30 years, and of course the resilience, the hard work and determination among the youth in Uganda, without forgetting our Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, who always states that being here a youth is just biology. And I think he has been a great pillar and a supporter of the youth. So we want to thank you. I also want to thank all the esteemed partners, European Union, UNFPA, Plan International, Youth for Tax Justice, all those that have really supported this function. We don't take it for granted. Habitat for Humanity and the Africa Youth Federation, we want to thank you.
And I really congratulate Uganda and the African Union for having brought these important celebrations to Kampala. And Uganda, as you have seen, is indeed a youthful country, I would say, that invests in its youth, as we heard Mr. Obal saying. It has youthful ministers, youthful members of parliament, youthful UNFPA representatives, and I hope a youthful EU ambassador. And for me, as that EU ambassador, it's always a special feeling to appear in an African Union context, because we are, after all, twin organizations from twin continents that are working to promote regional cooperation and integration. So as we mark this occasion, it's essential to recognize the pivotal role that youth play in shaping the future, not only in Uganda, but of the entire African continent. Youth is a period of life filled with potential, energy and opportunities. It offers the chance to learn, to grow and contribute to one's own well-being and society as a whole. Embracing and nurturing the positive aspects of youth can lead to a brighter future for individuals and communities. Africa Youth Month is a clear sign that we believe in the power of youth to make positive changes happen. And we're just 1 week after the 4th Youth Business Forum, which I had the privilege of attending with His Excellency the President of Uganda. And I'm really delighted to be here today to again express the European Union's unwavering commitment to youth. And I'm particularly happy to see that the African Youth Month will be celebrated through the thematic lens of education. Education in Africa is of paramount importance, as it empowers individuals, fosters economic development, and paves the way for a brighter and more prosperous future for the continent.
Now, UPC party spokesperson Sharon Arach Oyat has faulted the government for its continued negligence, calling for the compensation to parents of the school fire victims. This call comes at a time when the number of fatalities in the Masaka school fire has shot to 7 as per the police report. The latest fire at St. Teresa Kisubi Girls Primary School and that of Kasana Junior School in Nyendo Masaka, among others, left scores of pupils dead.
And I have two issues to address. One of them is the reimagining of the fire outbreaks across the country. Along Uganda has continuously experienced fire outbreaks, especially in markets and in schools. A lot has been talked about and written about the possibility or the possible causes where police promise to give a detailed report for the cause of fire in each respective cases. The police reports are taking way too long to come out as the fire outbreaks continue with damage to property and in some cases loss of lives. The latest fire incident at St. Teresa Kisubi Girls Primary School along Entebbe Road and that of Kasana Junior School in Nyendo, Masaka, among others, are regrettably and deeply saddening as some pupils at Kasana lost their lives while others in critical conditions coupled with damage of property. I think as per yesterday, the school had lost 5 pupils out of the 10 that were rushed and in critical condition. So we pray that we don't lose any more pupils due to those fires. UPC sympathizes with the parents and school authorities over such tragedies, and indeed these are difficult times. We send our heartfelt condolences to the families that lost their children due to the fire outbreaks at Kasana Junior School. UPC also urges government and the school authorities to compensate the families of the victims and assist all the affected pupils. In most cases, when a fire occurs, these schools step aside. They do not take responsibility. They do not compensate the damages caused to the students' properties or the people's properties, and we are always calling upon government to come in. Of course, the checks and balances exist. Government has to do its part when it comes to investigating, when it comes to checking the schools to ensure that all the facilities are safe for students, but also on the part of the schools there is also negligence. So some of this responsibility in terms of compensation should be done by the schools themselves. This will make the schools take serious responsibility in ensuring the safety of our children. I think last week in the media we saw a letter from one of the schools indicating that there were schools that had a fire outbreak, indicating that the parents should within a few days provide some materials that were damaged in the fire. And that the responsibility was taken back to the students, to the parents, and yet the parents did their part, took the students to school, and the school had the responsibility of ensuring the safety for those students. So both the schools, authority and government have to take full responsibility in compensation in case of loss of lives and damage of property of the students. We need to do thorough investigations as well and go to the root cause of such fire outbreaks as well as carrying out surgical intervention. As I started this press, I said the police has promised to release reports for each respective cases, but we have seen police not coming up with these reports, giving us conclusive investigations of what actually causes these outbreaks. So which means police has failed, and now we are calling upon them. The institutions, other institutions such as the fire brigade, which usually works hand in hand with the police, to come up with independent, because they are usually the first responders on the ground. So let them come up with independent investigations and conclusions, and there must be a physical routine inspection of all schools across the country to check on electrical installations, wiring, and state of the buildings. Government should put in place an effective mechanism to ensure that schools meet the required basic standards or upgrade the facilities. Each school should be encouraged to employ qualified electricians as well as risk managers. Of recent, the media has been awash of images of very dilapidated classrooms and state of government schools which are very risky to the lives of our pupils and students. This requires utmost attention. We have seen the government schools, we have seen the private schools, and all the conditions that they are in, and government is reluctant, and these are some of the negligence that are causing us loss of property and lives of our young generations, and risking parents, because now parents are thinking twice about taking their children to boarding school amidst all these fires.
As we reported yesterday about the incident of fire at Kasana Junior School, found in Nyendo Mukungwe Division. In that incident, by yesterday morning, we had lost 2 pupils of top class. That was Ahewa Aloysius and Katende Malik. Unfortunately, by this morning, we have received information that 5 more have passed on, and this includes Wargembe Hillary of top class, Tumesije Arnold of P1, Kisembo Kisomos Austin, then Muganga Martin. It is very, very unfortunate to lose such young kids in such circumstance. Working around the clock, we instituted investigations into the cause of this fire, and we are continuing. We pray that we really get the root cause of this fire that has claimed such a number of our pupils. I would like to reiterate that the school administrators or directors of such schools should always ensure they comply with the Ministry of Education guidelines in as far as construction of these schools. Comply with the guidelines by ensuring that there are no burglars that are erected in the windows, the doors, and even also provide beds that are double deckers, not triple deckers, and provide space in there so that as children move around, they are able to have enough space. If there is any problem, they are able to escape and go out to a safer place.
St. Michael Lubaga Hospital Training School has commissioned a 108-capacity girls' hostel at the school. Dr. Cecilia Nawava, the chairperson governing council Lubaga Hospital Training School, during the commissioning of the hostel, says the structure will symbolize strategic direction of infrastructure improvement and development.
We've been having a challenge in the school of having our students accommodated in buildings located in many spaces around the hospital, within the hospital. And as you are aware, this can pose a challenge in administration of these students, their security, because every day they have to walk back and forth to have their meals, to have their lectures, and so forth. So it's our wish that we accommodate them in one campus where we are located here. And this is one step of moving towards that journey. And we are so grateful for the support we are getting from the government of Germany through our development partners like Malteser International. Okay, we have over 800 students right now. Right now we have over 800 students. And the infrastructure development is one of the strategies we have, because with good infrastructure, it adds value to the quality of training of our students, such that we eventually get that quality healthcare provider to serve the nation. Okay, for now, at our level, we are not yet there, but of course, with time, we also think along that direction.
But do you think
but
it's
right
necessary?
now, we do. Of course, it is necessary, because as the world develops, as the country develops, more and more emerging conditions come on the scene, and these conditions need more specialized management and care. The many resources, one of them is infrastructure like we are having now. We need the trained personnel to train these specialized groups. We need the hospital premises where they would have hands-on mentorship and the skills development and acquisition of those skills. That's what we need.
Opening a just newly constructed dormitory for the girls. It is the first phase that has been put up. For quite some time, this training school has been here, but there was no hostel for girls. They were still living within the hospital premises. And now it is a great joy to have this structure completed so that a portion of the girls who are studying for nursing and midwifery and other programs within this training school are going to be moved into here. This work has been jointly done by Malteser International, but funded by Dumont Foundation, which is a foundation owned by a family in Germany, and the owners of that foundation are here to represent that foundation. So it is a great joy as we celebrate this day that we are with them, to thank them, to express our gratitude for the donation that have made to this training school. The construction, as perhaps we shall get to learn later, is a new technology that is being put in place by a construction company called IBSF. And they use a new technology of using panels and light steel structures to be able to put up a building to this magnitude and structure. We are grateful for all our partners for this work, and we hope that our students in the training school will be able to work, live more comfortably, and be able to realize the objective as they train to be health workers.
Thank you so much for watching UCTV News. We are now going to take a short break and we will be right back.
UCTV, good news for all.
I am Father Son Augustine Masbreka, bring you inspiration quotes on this UCTV, and don't miss good news for all. Thank you.
It's unbelievable. Now, companies, businesses, and organizations can make bulk payments easily with Centenary Bank's corporate center SWIFT to anyone without the need of a bank account, anywhere, anytime, just like that. The recipient needs only their phones, national ID, and token number received via SMS to withdraw money from any center agent nearby. The Centenary Bank's corporate center SWIFT is simple, secure, and convenient. You think it's too good to be true? Visit any of our branches countrywide or visit www.centenarybank.co.ug to know more. Centenary Bank. Centenary Bank is a member center group regulated by the Bank of Uganda. Customer deposits of up to 10 million shillings are protected by the Deposit Protection Fund of Uganda. Terms and conditions apply.
You are watching UCTV, good news for all. For this and more, tune into Kasese Get Radio 100.5 in Western Region, located at the hill of the Diocese of Kasese. KGR brings you all Catholic programs and an advertising platform in all our radio shows like Good Morning Renzori, Chama Tovoka, Ukute, the business show, Propeller, the request show and sports, Evaluation, Bahinga Bakuluka, Late Night Show, and many others. Our other services include Isuzu Tipa, a No Car, public address system, live band, omokekera, an audio recording studio, and outside live broadcast. For more information, call 0773 597 166 or visit our website www.kasesegatradio.com. Kasesegat Radio, Omusondoria, the voice of truth.
UCTV, good news for all.
Welcome back and thank you for watching the Uganda Catholic Television. This is UCTV News with me, Sunday Gloria Aboch. And finally, in the world of sports, FUFA has this Thursday morning unveiled Belgian tactician Paul Put as the new head coach of the Uganda Cranes. Semgenze Mustafa was there and now reports.
The 67-year-old replaces Serbian coach Michu, who was sacked following a disappointing 2023 African Cup of Nations qualifiers campaign. He takes the job just days before the Uganda Cranes start their 2025 World Cup qualifiers this month. Uganda starts with back-to-back away games against Guinea and Somalia on the 17th and 21st of November, both countries hosting in Morocco. In Paul Put, the Uganda Cranes sought a fresh direction after a poor performance in recent tournaments. Morebio Kwaso was the interim coach and Uganda Cranes lost both international friendlies against Mali and Zambia. His backroom staff will include Belgian and local coaches. The Belgian manager brings in a rich background, having worked with several African national teams previously. His experience includes successful spells in countries like Burkina Faso, Gambia and Kenya, among others. He comes at a challenging time when the Cranes is at the lowest, but will need time to change the team dynamics and devise a strategy that aligns with the strengths of the players.
Eyes this way. Eyes. Yep. This way. Mr. Pro. Thank you.
Thank you, Semgenze Mustafa, for that report. That's all we had for you in this telecast this Thursday. Do stay tuned to the Uganda Catholic Television. Good news for all. I am Sunday Gloria Aboch.